Well, hello, YouTubers. You don't know me, but I know plenty about you. I know that you've spent your life watching free YouTube videos without taking out the time to hit the like and subscribe button. Well, today it's a change. Today, it's time to pay for all those reviews you've been enjoying. I want to play a game. The rules are simple. On the device that you're holding, the screen that you're watching, below it is a like button. And to the right, there's a subscribe button. It's as simple as just hitting it. Do it. Make your choice. Either hit the subscribe button or watch as your device slowly depletes in power and you have to spend your work day actually working. It's up to you. The thumbs up button marks the spot. What will you do? Make your choice.
What's going on, all my toy collectors and Saw movie fans out there? You know who it is. It's your boy Ox, and welcome to the Cave of Wonders. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new 2024 NECA Toys Saw Ultimate Jigsaw figure. Now right here on the front of the box, you guys can see that main contraption from the very first Saw movie. It's the piece that goes over your head basically. It hooks into your jaw, and if you don't get it unlocked in time, it basically pops open, springs open, and splits your jaw from the top of your skull or whatever, and it basically splits your head in two, okay? Right here it says Saw Ultimate Jigsaw. Up at the top it has one of them famous John Kramer quotes.
How much blood would you shed to stay alive?
Sorry, trying to do my best I could. Now, I've already measured the box out for you guys. It's 6.5 inches long by 11 inches tall. That's including that top hook up there, by almost 3 inches in depth. So that's how much shelf space you're going to need if you're going to be displaying this in the box, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at the side. You guys can see Billy the Puppet right there on his little tricycle. It says Saw Ultimate Jigsaw, made by NECA Toys. On the back, you guys can see kind of a glimpse of what's going to be inside this box. It's going to come with the main antagonist, the main villain in most of the Saw movies, which is John Kramer. You can see it comes with his little pig mask right there. It also comes with his puppet, Billy the Puppet or whatever, on his little tricycle he uses to basically communicate with people when he has them stuck inside these little contraptions. On the side, you guys can see John Kramer right there. That right there is the bottom in case you guys need any information. Now, like all these NECA horror movie figures, it does open up right here, showing you guys basically an image of the toy right there that they took, and then you guys can see Billy the Puppet in the back just sitting down. And then right here you guys can see through a clear plastic image some of the stuff that comes with him, basically the little contraption that we just showed you on the front of the box that goes over your head, a little tape recorder because he's known for having that. Comes with two different head sculpts, one when he had hair, one when he had cancer, and basically went through chemo and ended up eating away all of his hair. His little Billy the Puppet doll, little tricycle, the pig mask, and a couple other things which you guys really probably can't see because it's so dark, whatever, but gloves and knives and stuff. And I'll go ahead and pop them out for you guys, all right? Let's go ahead and get into it. And now here's everything out of the box. You guys can see it comes to that John Kramer figure right here. Comes to that Billy Puppet. Comes to his little tricycle. Comes with 3 extra set of hands. He comes to his little tape recorder device. This right here is the knife that he ended up using in that first movie. A pig mask. Comes to his little head basically when he lost all of his hair. And then it comes with that little contraption, like I said, that was on the front of the box, okay? Now before we take a look at this figure, let's go ahead and take a look at these other things right here. Now, you guys can see the figure out of the box has 2 open hands basically. And then these ones right here are 2 closed fisted hands. Nothing real fancy. They're just kind of like 2 closed fisted hands in case you guys need it. And then this right here is kind of an open like what is it, almost like kind of like scratching hand or open palm hand, but it's almost kind of the same as the one that he already has right there already hooked onto his hands, okay? So those are the only hands. So he doesn't have anything for actually gripping any kind of weapons, but as you guys can see, the only weapon he has is this little knife right here, and this knife actually doesn't fit into his hand. It actually clicks right onto his wrist basically. So you'd have to remove his hand, slide this on, and then put his hand back on, okay? And if you guys remember this knife right here, this knife was actually used to cut what's his name, Daniel Glover's neck in that very first movie or whatever, all right? And gave him that big old cut like right across his neck. And that's what this knife right here was used for, okay? And then you guys can see he has an alternate pig head. If you guys know that this is a popular thing in the movie, he ended up using this to sneak up on people and basically like put them to sleep and kidnap them before he ended up hooking them into his contraptions. And then this right here is that little headpiece. Like I said, it was on the front of the box, but this was a huge part of the Jigsaw franchise, especially in the first movie. It showed it on his one of his proteges. I can't remember her name, but he ended up putting it on her, and she basically had to cut the key out of a guy's body in order to get the key to unlock the back of it before it popped open. And she ended up becoming his protege and helping him, you know, kidnap people or whatever to add to his games that he was playing. Okay. And then this right here is his little tape recorder device. If you guys can remember, he always left this somewhere, and he'd like talk to his victims and let them know the stuff that they did wrong, and how they're basically going to go ahead and get out of the situation that they're in right now and the pain they're going to have to go through to get through it. All right. And then this right here is his head. You guys remember, like I said, he did have cancer that would cause, one of the things that caused him to start doing all this. So this is him without his hair. And as you guys can see, he has hair right there. And then this is a really cool little tricycle right here. And the wheels do rotate if you guys need them to. The pedals don't move, but the wheels do rotate on the front and the back. Each wheel rotates separately, okay? And it doesn't rotate up here or anything like that. No little bell or nothing like that. But the Billy puppet does sit on here just fine, okay? And before I sit him on there, let's go ahead and take a look at him up close. Now, he does have some articulation, but he can't stand by himself. He doesn't bend right here at the knees. The way they have him is the way he end up sitting really well right on that bike. Okay, so his knees don't bend right here, but his legs do go up and down, and they do spread out if you guys need them to on both sides. He does have a foot articulation right here, so it does rotate right there at the ankle if you guys need it to. It does go down, it does go up. So, but the way his legs are already bent, that way he can sit directly on that bike the way that they want you to be able to display him. Okay, his arms do go up and do go down. They do rotate. His wrists do rotate around if you guys need them to. And as you guys can see, there's a little hole right there. That's to basically end up fitting inside the little tricycle's handlebars. Okay, his head does rotate if you guys need it to. He does look up about that far, does look down only about that far, but his bow tie kind of stops him. And then his jaw, does his jaw open? No, it doesn't. I thought his jaw might open, but he has plenty of articulation for just being a little puppet. And I'll hook him onto this little bike for you guys in 1 second, all right? But before that, let's go ahead and take a look at John Kramer, the man who started it all himself. If you guys been following the Saw movies, they did kind of get a little overdone towards the end. I didn't really like some of the very last ones, but I did like the newer one that had came out. The figure stands at about 7 inches, but nothing will ever beat the first like 2 or 3 one. Like them ones were the best ones to me, but I was entertained by some of the other ones. I've always watched them because I gotta follow them. I love seeing the exciting ending and all the little cliffhangers and stuff like that, and the callbacks to some of the old movies. I love that kind of stuff whenever I'm watching a horror movie. Like I said, he did measure out to 7 inches tall. This right here is his face, like I said, with the head, with his hair, and this is it without it. Basically same face besides that little kind of goatee right there on the bottom and the fact that he doesn't have hair, okay? Now this right here is a soft goods little cloak. If you guys remember, he did have this. He kind of wore this a lot, especially in the first movie. Has a little hoodie on it right there. And I'll switch out this head for the little mask head and let you guys see what it looks like as well. Now there is some Velcro right here, so if you guys go ahead and unhook that, you guys can see he just has on a black shirt and black pants, which you rarely ever see him in anything too much. Sometimes he'll just have like a t-shirt on when he's working in his little shop and working on his little gadgets and stuff like that. All right, but this does come off if you guys need it to. You guys just got to go ahead and peel it off. All right, and he does have most of your typical neck articulation, so his head does come up pretty far if you guys need it to. It does look down, does rotate side to side, does rock back and forth. His arms do come up, they do rotate around. You're going to have a little bit of trouble with this soft goods cape, but he does have double jointed elbows. Wrists do rotate around, they do go in, they do go out. Let's open this up real quick. You can see he does have upper torso articulation, does crunch forward about that far if you guys need him to, does go back about that far, but you guys can see it opens up right there. His waist does swivel around if you guys need it to. Legs do kick up about that far. Does bend at the knee, does rotate as well at the knee, Does move right here at the ankle, does go down, does go up, does rock back and forth if you guys needed to, okay? No kind of thigh swivel up here, all right? But for the most part, most of you guys are probably going to be leaving this soft goods little robe on right here, okay? Now let's go ahead and swap out his head real quick for that pig head, and I'll put the hoodie on it, let you guys see what it looks like, all right? Now here's John Kramer with the little pig mask on right there. And you guys can see that I detached his hand and then put that little blade right on there and then attached his hand right back into the little slot. And like I said, if you guys don't want this little hoodie on, you guys don't have to have it on. But he also still has articulation. He can move side to side, look up and down. His hair kind of renders his articulation from, well, it doesn't really. He looks pretty down pretty far. So, and this isn't too hard, a plastic right there. So it can move with him if he needs it to, all right? And here's John Kramer's little doll, Billy. This is, like I said, the one that he uses to basically communicate with his victims. And as you guys can see, I put him on the tricycle. His hands just slide right into the little openings. The handlebars slide right into the openings of his hands. His feet are already bent at the knees to where they need to be for the pedals. And you guys can just adjust his actual ankles and his feet to you know, bend it the way you guys want him to actually touch the pedals. And like I said, this thing does what is it, the wheels do spin and or whatever, so you guys can push this back and forth across your table if you guys want to, all right? And right there's how it looks. Now here's a quick comparison of Jigsaw next to some other NECA movie maniacs. Like I said, here's Michael Myers, here's Scream, and here's my boy Jason Voorhees. And as you guys can see, they all scale really well together. So none of them look awkward or whatever. Now obviously you have some of the smaller maniacs that NECA has done, like Chucky and stuff like that. And he's meant to be small. But other than that, these are all really well detailed. NECA always takes a lot of consideration when making these figures and how they make them look, the clothes, the soft goods. As you guys can see, this Ultimate Scream right here is a soft goods suit as well. So I'm really happy to have these in my display. Let's go ahead and show that Billy puppet next to some of the other smaller NECA movie maniacs. All right, now here's a comparison of Billy the puppet next to Annabelle. We got Chucky and we got Sammy from the Trick or Treat movie that had came out a long time ago. And you guys can see that this puppet right here on the little tricycle ends up measuring out really well with some of these other NECA figures. Like I said, NECA never disappoints, man. So I'm really happy with a lot of these movie maniac figures that they've been dropping. And I'm really happy to finally be able to add Jigsaw and his little puppet right here, Billy, to my collection. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the review. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And until next time, stay cool.